I will keep this confidential, but I need to know the number so that I can issue a subpoena. What's the cell phone number?
It's 415-602-9993.
And who is the carrier for your office?
I don't make calls from my office. I exclusively use my cell phone.
Okay, not your home number either?
I don't use the home number either at all.
Okay.
Everything is my cell phone.
But who are the carriers?
The home is AT&T as well.
And what's the phone number?
650-341-6377.
Okay, and what's the, and the office, do you know who the carrier is?
I think they're called CBeyond.
How do you spell that?
CBEYOND.
Okay, and do you know what the number that is there?
650-697-2086.
Okay. We're done with those. Okay. All right. Did there come a time when you met Shane Mosley?
Yes, there did.
Okay, and when was that?
I believe it was Saturday, July 26th, 2003.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you some questions about what occurred during your meeting, and I may interrupt you just to ask some follow-up questions as you go through your narrative. Who, if anyone, first contacted you about meeting with Shane Mosley?
His trainer, Daryl Hudson.
Okay. Prior to receiving a call from Daryl Hudson, did you know Daryl Hudson?
No.
To the best of your recollection, what did Daryl Hudson say to you, and what did you say to him?
He identified himself as the trainer for Shane Mosley and had an interest in talking with me about, the initial discussions were about nutritional supplementation and individualized programs. That I think he had read some articles in some of the magazines about the work that I'd done with other elite athletes.
All right. Were there, as of July 25th, to your knowledge, any articles in any papers discussing the fact that you were dispensing banned substances to any athletes?
Well, I believe there were some allegations back in 1999 when they raided a football player named Bill Romanowski's home in Denver. And I believe that his wife told the agents involved, and this ended up in the press, that he had received growth hormone from me.
Was that true, by the way?
Yes, it was true.
Okay.
He got a number of things from me, and she later went back and said that she got her acronyms confused, and that it was ZMA that he had received, but in reality he had received both.
Okay. And human growth hormone is HGH?
That's correct.
And was that a banned substance by any organization at the time?
Yes.
What organizations?
I believe all of the sporting, baseball didn't have testing at the time, but definitely Olympic sport, and even though there's no test, still a valid test to this day for growth hormone.
There's no test what?
Valid test for growth hormone. A number of the USADA and WADA and IAAF, the governing body for track and field, it was on their prohibited substances list.
Do you know if it was on the, I apologize, do you know if it was on the NFL prohibited list?
I believe it was.
Okay. Do you recall, to your knowledge, whether HGH was a the subject of a criminal law?
I'd heard different things that, it was Schedule 5. My basic understanding was that if it was a criminal substance, it was a very Schedule 5. It was not a Schedule 1 or 2. It was, and I'm not sure, I wasn't really clear, but my general understanding was that if there was a criminal offense involved, that it was a very soft offense.
Okay. And did you give Mr. Romanowski any drugs other than HGH? When I say drugs, I also any other substances?
Are you talking about ever, or back in this 1999
Back in the 1998 time frame.
Shortly thereafter, he did receive some other substances from me.
What were they?
One was the Clear, a designer steroid. THG is the acronym. It's tetrahydrogestrinone. He'd received that. He'd received EPO,
And what does EPO?
erythropoietin.
And what does that do?
That boosts your red blood cells so that you have improved oxygen uptake and delivery to muscle tissue.
And when did you start providing those items to Mr. Romanowski?
The beginning of 2000.
And when for the first time did you start providing the Clear and EPO to, was Mr. Romanowski the first person you had provided the Clear and EPO to?
I think he was, yes.
Okay. Did you provide any legal vitamins or supplements or other items to Mr. Romanowski?
Yes, I did.
What did you provide to him?
It'd be difficult to give you a complete list, but some of those would include ZMA, a post-workout product called proglycin. Proglycin. I know it's
He'll
difficult.
he'll give you the spellings
Yeah.
later.
Possibly another product called Vitalize, and an additional one called Aerobatine.
And to your knowledge, were any of these illegal?
No.
Okay.
These were not illegal.
Do you recall how much Mr. Romanowski paid you over the years?
I couldn't give you a precise number, no. In a few thousands of dollars.
A few thousands of dollars. And how many times did you provide him with the Clear?
On several occasions, throughout a period of probably 3 years, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003.
And do you know how much you were charging for the Clear at that time?
I don't recall if I ever charged Bill Romanowski for the Clear.
Okay. And why is that?
Some people I did, and other people I didn't.
And do you recall how much you charged him for the EPO?
That would depend upon how much that I paid for it and where it came from.
What's your best recollection?
$500 a box.
And do you remember how many boxes you gave him?
Not a high number. I mean, each box has 7 bottles. You use 3 bottles a week during the corrective phase, so that would be 6. And so for a season, you might use, I don't know, 3 or 4 boxes maybe.